Warning. This podcast contains explicit sexual language and should only be listened to at work if you're looking for an excuse to connect with your HR representative. Additionally, all mentions of the word women include cis and trans women. If you are genderqueer, gender fluid, figuring it out, anything in between, and feel like this conversation is also important for you, you are welcome here.
Will you open up with me? These pages, they can feed your innermost desires. Do you feel inspired? Are you getting what you need? Are you coming curiously? A secret safe with me. And here you can simply be yourself. Sweet romance. Come on in, come on in, come on.
Hi, y'all. This is Jace, she, they, and you found Jace Reads Romance, a community dedicated to empowering women about sex and sexuality through the reading of romance novels. When is slutty good and slutty bad? That is my question this week.
I like how you made it totally Shakespearean there, kind of.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so number one, I'm feeling very frustrated because in my prep for this, like the idea came to me from a quote that I read in a book, but apparently I decided not to highlight this moment in any of the books I've recently read. So I can't even connect you to the book that this is about, from which this whole question concept was birthed. But the phrase was, and now I'm paraphrasing because I'm afraid I've remembered it wrong. Maybe I hallucinated the whole fucking thing. But in my brain, it was, his curls fell across his forehead, like his slutty curls fell across his forehead. And I thought, why is that a good thing? And then it got me thinking about how the whole when Jurassic Park came out, which no, I haven't seen because I have no interest in seeing it. Everybody was talking about Jonathan Bailey in his little slutty glasses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And these are all good things. These are all great things for men.
For men.
You and your little slutty glasses, your little slutty curls. Mm-hmm. Are you being a little slut with your forearms exposed? Like, these are all good things.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel, I don't know how I feel about it, because to me, the word slut is so attached to derogatory speech about women by men. And it doesn't feel like the way it's being used is taking back the power or trying to turn it on its head and be like, well, men are sluts and that's bad. That, whole double standard. It just feels like a continuation of the double standard where, oh, your slutty glasses, I love it. Promiscuous men with your slightly disheveled looks all over the place. Yeah. Whereas if I said ooh, look at Seffi and her slutty little glasses, I can say it in a nice way.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know, as a woman, when I hear other women described like that, I still have that moment of what are you trying to say?
Well, and I think that partially could stem from the fact that when we were growing up, that word had such a harsh negative connotation.
It was like the birth of the slut. It was awful.
Yeah, the 90s were a terrible time to be called a slut. It was bad. It was bad.
Friends, the 90s had super low-rise jeans and crop tops. It was just bad news bears all around.
All around.
If you think it was only flannel and grunge, that was basically Seattle and that's it. No, the
Yeah.
rest of us suffered with juicy couture velour track suits that showed everything, and like jeans so low you had to wax. It was
Yeah.
not an
It's not good.
inclusive or empowering time to blossom into womanhood.
No. Definitely not.
But also, women still, and girls especially, were still really held to this. I don't want to say purity, because sex happened and there was sex in the media, but this
You could say
very
puritanical, because
puritanical.
it was leaning towards that belief system where, you know, girls had to, I mean, it was the whole true love waits culture too, which I grew up in.
Oh, I missed that.
That's okay.
No,
that's okay.
We don't have that. We didn't have that where I was.
That was very much like growing up in the evangelical Christian church. You had the true love waits, like save yourself till marriage and then only have one partner for the rest of your life, because that's what it is. And that's what you did. And
that is a choice. And that is, if that is a choice you want to make, that is totally fine.
Yeah.
However, it was very much still this idea that men can be sluts and women are sexually free, but not that free, not that free.
Yeah.
Okay. You can feel sexy, but you can't do that. You can't.
Right.
No. And the line was truly arbitrary depending on who was talking and what information you were getting. So young women, like if you read Cosmo, you got information about how to give good head to your partner. But then this was, I think, the early 2000s when this movie came out with Anna Faris. There was still this idea of like you couldn't sleep with too many people or like you were ruined.
Oh, is it what's my
Faris
number?
Came out with that movie, yeah. What's my number? Which I think
Yeah.
is the dumbest. It's a really dumb movie. Let's just go with it's a dumb movie.
It's a dumb
you
movie.
can watch it if you want to. It's not. It didn't age well because it was never like the whole point was that it was dumb to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, yeah, this idea of you shouldn't have too many partners or, you know, you shouldn't sleep with too many people or what, it just was very odd. And even I'm pretty lucky for my high school experience. And number one, I didn't care and I wasn't too ingrained in the socializing in my high school or like the idea of the cliques and the this, and I just, not for any reason other than I did not care. But I was in a pretty insular community in college, and like you definitely knew who was sleeping around and who wasn't. And I don't think it was necessarily a good or a bad thing in some ways or outwardly, but you know, like no one would be like, oh my God, you're a slut to your face. But you definitely knew who slept with several people.
Yeah.
Around.
Absolutely.
And if it was a gentleman, no, like, I'm thinking of one person in particular. I will not name names. And I remember this person. They were so nice, like a lovely human.
Yeah.
But like, and I totally get it. If you're like an 18 to 22-year-old dude and women are like, I'll sleep with you, you say yes.
Yes.
Like you say yes, thank you. And
it's called hormones.
Yeah, it's called hormones. And I remember like a very different like attitude toward the fact that this person was sleeping with lots of people versus the people who slept with him. It's like, oh my God, you slept with him. Everyone sleeps with him versus like, dude, yeah, like good job. Like it was a very odd situation.
It's a
I'm gonna be blunt. I am one of the people who slept with him. Like I absolutely did.
It's a double standard, like you said. Like it's
in spring of my senior year, I was like, Why not?
Why not?
Why not? I got nothing else going on.
Yeah. I know you're not a Swiftie, but I've become a slightly slightly converted Swiftie because of my coworker, because she's a big Swiftie. So
She's a huge Swiftie.
huge Swiftie. I've listened to
Yeah.
more of Taylor's songs lately. She has a song, "The Man," and
oh yeah, if I was a man,
yeah, perfect example of the double standard. Like,
such a double standard.
yeah,
And
playing
so
the field is what it's called for a guy. Yeah.
Sorry, it's so involuntary, but it hit me really hard, this idea and this rhetoric we're using around men. And number one, Jonathan Bailey, there's nothing I have against Jonathan Bailey. Jonathan Bailey is a gift to this world. He's also gay.
Yeah.
I wonder if the reason why that phrase is with him so hard, part of that, like he's not threatening.
Possibly.
There's this idea of that. But then I also saw people saying, oh, Jonathan Bailey's slutty glasses, this is where my lore started. And it's, oh, what's his face? Jude Law from The Holiday, or, and things of that nature. So we're going back and we're looking at these ideas, but especially with the glasses. The glasses annoy me specifically because, oh, your slutty glasses, they make you so attractive. And I'm just thinking about, I'm sure this is exactly where your mind went. She's All That. Like, oh, the ugly girl wears the glasses. Or The Princess Diaries. You broke my glasses. You broke my brush. Like, just
right.
That for women, glasses make you less attractive, less appealing.
Yeah.
And for men, they make you more appealing.
Yeah.
They make you like, and also the idea of the slutty thing, even if I wanted, like, sometimes I remember, like, sometimes you want to feel slutty. Sometimes you want to be like, look at everything I got going on. I want to
exactly.
I'm feeling myself. It's like my body on display. Like I'm ovulating, like whatever it is. And in those moments, I must tell you, I have never thought, you know what this outfit needs? My glasses.
My glasses. Right. Like, it's not the glasses. First thought that comes to
I've been wearing them since I was 8, but also I am obsessed with my eyes. And so I'm usually like, no, how can we put these babies on display? So it's odd to me that glasses have become slutty for men, and a good thing.
Yeah.
Now, the actual thing that started the whole conversation was his slutty curls fell over his forehead. And I was like, I don't understand how a curl can be slutty.
Yes.
However, I have been proven wrong.
Oh.
And I will tell you how. I will tell you how.
Okay. Please.
I recently, and by recently I mean literally last night. So like we planned this episode and I was not going, I had no idea this was going to come out of my mouth. Last night watched, I've never watched it before, the original Christopher Reeve Superman. And when he shows up on Lois's balcony and they're sitting giving an interview, he's got like his hand in front of his face and the curl just falls and he's got like absolute fuck me eyes, and I was like, that is a slutty curl. I have never in my life thought of a curl as slutty until this moment. And it's because, you know, you get Clark Kent with the hair back and you get Superman with like the curl in front. And Christopher Reeve with his piercing eyes
I know.
staring into her soul. I need to find a picture of it and post it in the show notes because,
Yes, please.
friends, I had never seen a Christopher Reeve Superman until that moment.
Oh,
And I've known
of course.
about him, but I
You know anything
post
about Superman, you know about Christopher Reeve. I
you
mean,
know of him, but I
yeah.
knew post accident him.
Hmm.
And not that Superman is a bad superhero, but I definitely I have not seen a single Henry Cavill Superman, and I love
That's
Henry Cavill. I have not
that's
seen
okay.
Brandon
Ralph.
whatever his name is.
Ralph.
Yeah, I have not seen the new one. And there's nothing wrong with it. Again, if you
Right.
were a Superman fan, like whatever, go watch.
Hmm.
I love Henry Cavill. I love him. But it's never been one that I've gravitated to, and so I
Yeah.
never went back and watched the old movies. Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Like
Also,
it's
in that scene, she's like, "Can you see what color my underwear is?" And he goes, "Oh, well, you're standing behind a lead-lined planter." And then she moves, and he goes, "Pink."
like, come on.
It's so good. But that it was that moment where like that curl is slutty. And I
Mhm.
think it's the juxtaposition for me.
Yeah.
And still this idea, oddly enough, we've talked a lot about why the rolling up of the sleeves is sexy and it's the veneer of civility and you're becoming your animalistic self by shedding the trappings of the
Yes.
day, like whatever it is. But
Right.
the idea that, and I think even though men have long hair, women have short hair, hair has nothing to do with your gender or gender expression.
Yeah.
I think there's something very different than styled bangs and hair that flops in your face. And for some reason, that curl just hit me as so primal. Like it just.
I
And,
understand completely.
and like I saw that scene and it hit me and I went, "Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it." Like it's just those two moments.
Yeah.
But I don't think if I hadn't heard the phrase slutty curl,
Mhm.
I still wouldn't have used it. I would not have
Right.
used, I still, like that curl isn't slutty. That curl makes me go, "Oh, sir, did you just loosen your tie?" But it doesn't, it's not like that's how it feels to me. But it doesn't feel slutty. Like I don't
Right.
think that curl doesn't symbolize, "Ooh, Superman's getting some." But I mean, he could, but it doesn't symbolize he's getting some. It doesn't immediately make me think, there is a man who has bedded many a woman, just even I think because I've been thinking about, the slutty curl and the slutty glasses, that was the phrase that came to my brain. But I don't like it. I don't like that phrase. I don't think that's the correct phrase. And for me, I feel like it doesn't take away from the often negative connotation of the
Mhm.
word slut when hurled at a woman.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it should be turned into something positive for men, you know?
Yeah, I would agree because like it's still even now like so negative for women. There's still the idea of like,
Yep.
oh, she slept her way to the top, so she's a slut. You know? Like it's that's
Yeah.
still so prevalent
We're still
in
living in that world.
that world. Yeah. And so the fact that it's being allowed to be a positive thing when it comes to men is completely unfair.
Yeah. And if it were, I think if it had been used for women,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like, ooh, Gal Gadot when she's in her art dealer, not Wonder Woman phrase, like, look at her and her slutty glasses being a
Yeah.
professional. Like,
Yeah.
that's one thing. Like, if that
Mm-hmm.
had been the way that it worked, but
Yeah.
it just feels like the wrong use of that word.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm too sensitive about this particular word, and that's really possible because of how harmful that word has been in my upbringing and in my
Mm-hmm.
awareness of being a woman in this world, and
Yeah.
how I present myself and am viewed by people, both women and men.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I might be overly sensitive about it, but I don't necessarily think it's wrong to question it.
No, I would agree with that. I don't think it's wrong to question it because if we don't question it, if we don't push back against the double standards like this, how are we ever going to make a change? How are we ever going to reverse the viewpoint um,
Yeah.
on something like this?
I think when we were talking about this earlier, I, for this makes me wonder about also as women get more power,
Mm-hmm.
because we are and we will, it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
How do we use the power that we're given in the right way?
Yeah.
We right now are absolutely, absolutely aware of the inequality of power between women and men. And
Mm-hmm.
well, let's just go with everyone and men. And,
Yeah.
but all of the things that we ask for ourselves, we need to make sure that we are giving to the people who come behind us and holding tight to when we do get that power, when we do get
Mm-hmm.
that access. And it's it's even as simple as, like, how do we talk to celebrities? How do we talk to,
Yeah.
how do we DM people,
Yeah.
people on the interwebs?
Mm-hmm.
And remembering that they are people first, no matter what your parasocial relationship with them is. Um, and like, I wonder if Jonathan, like, I wonder if the DMs Jonathan Bailey gets, like, that poor man, like, and it's as simple as, you know, like, mean tweets are what they, but the thirst tweets,
Yeah.
people, I mean, they're funny. Like, I think it's really funny when people, when the poor celebrities read them, but like,
Yeah.
I I'm sure when whoever it was wrote that tweet, they never imagined Pedro Pascal reading a tweet about you wanting him to call, like, wanting to call him daddy and have him spit in your face. Like, you that wasn't,
You right?
you didn't, you didn't really think about that. But it is out there and it does
Yeah.
get to people.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it with authors that our parasocial, our relationship with them is parasocial. It's not
Mm-hmm.
real. You don't
Yeah.
know them. You're
Yeah.
not being invited to their house. You don't have their phone number. You
Mm-hmm.
might know what their kids' names are because it was in the fucking author's note, not because you
Right.
went to the baby shower.
Right.
And so you have this sense that you know them or you're owed something by them because of your perceived relationship with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very odd to me. And if you're wondering, I go more into this in the millennial internet episode, but
Yeah.
it it just, it really hits me as so many things are happening with so many conferences
Mm-hmm.
and signings and interactions. And if it's August 18th today, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck happened over the weekend. So
Yeah.
don't worry if you are also confused. Like, it just, I think if we are demanding better treatment of us as a whole, as women, as people oppressed by men, then we also have to demand those same standards for the individuals that we talk to, no matter what.
Well, and not only that, but we have to hold ourselves accountable to maintaining those standards. Like,
and bring it all back, it starts with how we think about shit.
Yes. Yeah.
And the words that we use.
Yeah.
If I can't even imagine the reaction I would have had if the male main character in this book had said her slutty bangs fell in front of, like, her slutty bangs fell over her forehead. I would have been like, excuse me, sir.
First off, bangs of all things, like the word, just the term bangs.
Curl in front of his head, like
I
the
know,
curl.
I know, but like bangs, like
bangs.
You could call it what they call it in the UK and call it a fringe. So
Fringe. It's the fringe.
Yes.
But I can't even imagine if you're reading a college romance and they're studying late in the library together and her eyes are tired. Oh, I have to put on my contacts. She slipped on her, like, she came back from the bathroom in those slutty glasses I love so much. Like, what? I can't even. I would never.
It's so weird.
It would never be appropriate.
No.
And so the fact that it's just okay to be like, to say, I don't want to say to be like, to say, ooh, look at Jonathan Bailey and his slutty glasses. You would never say that about a woman. No. Ever. You just wouldn't. And the double standard with a word that has been used for decades to hurt women and suddenly have it be a positive for men, I don't agree with.
Yeah, you make a really good point. Like, it's so much of a just, it highlights so much of, unfortunately, how the patriarchy works against
everyone besides cis het white men.
Yeah.
And so that phrase, it is not a phrase that I have really had to deal with, but with it being used so much for this Jurassic Park movie and now in a romance novel, like, I don't give a ton of credit to shit that people say on the internet. Again, there are people who say, like, there are some content creators and celebrities, like, listen to some thirst tweets or some content creators who will post the unhinged sexual comments that are left on their videos. And I'm like, friends,
Andrewski,
is this really what you... Yes, him! Yeah!
His facial expressions,
eye contact with you while these unhinged comments. This is a man who is, number one, a lawyer. Like, he is a practicing attorney. I'm like, yes, he's incredibly attractive, but still, like, friends, would you say that to his face? I have, some of these are paragraphs. I have to pause and read that.
I know.
And I'm like, I don't know how you put that out there on the internet.
I'm just like,
But
you
that
said
is
that with your whole chest, sis. Wow.
like your profile picture is you with your name. Like, if I search your name, the second hit is a PTA roster. Like, what?
I
And
know.
there's nothing wrong with like being a sexual person or having sexual thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these creators are very kind and they're like, I don't mind it. And maybe they would prefer it in comments that are public versus DMs that are private. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, and I'm so lucky. I don't get unhinged things sent to me. I don't get any of that shit. But if someone sent me a DM of the shit that people are posting in these comments, I'd be like, excuse me, friend. And, but when but for some reason for me, whatever unhinged thing you posted at 2 a.m. after 4 glasses of Chardonnay is one thing.
Yeah.
But an author making it part of her book feels very different.
Yeah.
Feels like it's being given real permission to be out there in a way that the ramblings of someone online don't.
Yeah.
There are so many typos online in the comments section that you can't trust it.
Yeah.
But when it's gone through first draft, beta reading,
Mm-hmm.
edits, sensitivity reading, arc reading,
Mm-hmm.
all of this, and that phrase is still there, it feels like it gives more permission for it to exist in the world.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is a real slippery slope.
Yeah. Well, and there's an image that keeps coming back to my brain because, I mean, you keep bringing up Jonathan Bailey in the new Jurassic World movie.
Which I have not seen. I
Me
have seen
either.
the first Jurassic Park, and that is it.
But that's what I'm going to talk about, is the very first Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Goldblum with his open shirt
Open shirt.
as Ian Malcolm, he was like, it started there. Like, he has, especially in most recent, like, people have been coming back to it in recent years. Like, they've been recalling it. Like, he was and is considered very much like the whole slutty Dr. Ian Malcolm. And like, I'm like, what? Why? Why is it okay that he's labeled that? And if you did that with the female paleontologist in the first movie,
Okay.
if you
with her shorts.
Yeah. If you said the same thing about her.
It was not in a nice way, friends.
Not even a little bit.
No. In the 90s, when that film was made, if you said, oh, she's dressing like a slut, there's no fucking way it was said nicely. And I think when the movie came out, they would never have called Jeff Goldblum a slut. They would have said, like, oh my God, he's so sexy. What a hot
He's so
professor.
Sexy.
They would never have said slut. But what my brain went to after that was men posing sexily was Burt Reynolds and Sean Connery in the terrible bikini thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Which honestly, like, looking at them, I do not look at those images and think, yeah, I'd hit that.
No.
And we've talked in the past about what is attractive for men versus attractive for women in terms of clothing, in terms of attitude, and all of those things. But I'm coming back. I'm going to harp on this, friends. This is going to be a hill that I stick a flag in. I do not think the word slut needs to be reclaimed or repurposed. I think it needs to be removed. Especially if how it's trying to be reclaimed or repurposed is a positive thing for men.
men. Yeah. I'm not a fan
This
of that.
isn't women, which also I never liked. Oh, I'm gonna talk to my bestie. Oh, you whore. Like, I love it. You bitch. Like, oh my God, bitch, what's up?
Oh,
It's
I
not
don't.
that.
No.
It's not my favorite. Again, not my favorite. But there was that period of time where words
Wasn't
like
it
that were
also
used.
also the 90s?
Probably. Friends, the 90s were a hellscape. 90s and early 2000s were
terrible.
like a culturally dystopian hellscape. In so many ways.
So many ways.
If you wonder, like, oh, the 90s were great. The 90s and the early 2000s were what millennials were raised in. Do we seem well adjusted to you?
The levels of mental illness that we all have to deal with in this day and age. No.
No, friends. It just, yeah, it did not create good emotional stability for most of us.
No.
So what is the new the young people are like, I want the 90s back. I'm like, good luck. So, like, I will remind you in 20 years that you said so.
Right?
Like, the people right now, like the millennials right now who are therapists, like new therapists, when they become your therapist in 20 years and you're like, oh my God, we brought the 90s back, your therapist is going to look you dead in the eye and say, and we warned you. Opening up Jumanji.
Yes.
Like, don't do it.
Don't do it. You don't play Jumanji.
And if you don't, I'm not talking about the fucking rock. I'm talking about the Robin Williams Jumanji where you literally thought Kirsten Dunst was gonna die. You were like, and they're dead. That Jumanji.
They were literally hunted by a guy with a rifle.
Hunted by a man. Friends, if you want to know what it was like being raised in the 90s and early 2000s, go watch Jumanji. And remember that was a children's movie.
It's a children's movie.
That was for children.
Oh my God.
He turns into a monkey.
Like, oh my God. That and Casper. Like,
oh,
that was so sad. Like, we had scary and debilitating sadness. My Girl. We had scary and debilitating sadness for our movies. Like, what the hell?
No. Like, you think, oh, K-pop Demon Hunters. No, friends.
No.
I mean, it's great. Go watch it. I have cried every single time.
I love that movie.
The end song.
So good.
I have cried every time. And when I tell you that I have watched that scene at least 7 times, I cry every time in that final song. It is something to think about as language evolves and as romance novels evolves. Let's keep holding ourselves accountable to perpetuating and building the kind of rhetoric, the kind of relationships, the kind of dialogue, and the descriptions of humanity that we want to see moving forward. A lot of things about romance novels are aspirational. They give us something to aspire to. They give us something to see, to want, to hold as the standard. If it's just, a dude that texts us back. But it also builds our vocabulary. That's one of the big things we've been talking about here on JC's Romance, that the more that you read about sex and sexuality, the better your vocabulary is to communicate with your partner. I don't necessarily want our future vocabulary to be filled with calling men like, oh, look at your slutty little button undone. Okay.
It even sounds weird.
Oh, do you have your slutty little tassels on your loafers? Like, I don't know. I think they're all as ridiculous as the curls flopping in front of your head, as the bangs in front of your head. It tells me you need a haircut. So like so as we move forward, and it's probably best that I don't remember this book because I don't want to shame this author.
Right.
I hope that there wasn't anything intentional with it. But moving forward on the internet, in our comments, in our reviews, in our feedback, let's work to make the language we're using the language we want to be seen moving forward. Thanks, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Jace Reads Romance is a 3 Paws Productions podcast. Produced by Seffi, edited by Michael Achenbach. Our theme song is written and performed by Diana Weishauer. For show notes and more, head to www.jacereadsromance.com. That's JAYCE Reads Romance. Follow us on socials at Jace Reads Romance everywhere. For more exclusive content, visit us on Substack, where you'll find extended episodes, bonus episodes, and more. Have a question, story, or a book recommendation you know I'll love? Email Jace at jacereadsromance.com or call and leave a voicemail at 661-JACE-RR. That's 661-529-2377. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast. And as always, this is Jace, holding space for you.